Hi everybody! I am going to talk to you today about my UF 100 class 2016 fall semester at Boise State University. UF stands for University Foundations. It's a required course to graduate, but they do give you different subjects you can choose from. I chose Navigating Identity, and it's just exactly what it sounds like. It's a course to run you through figuring out who you are and learning about culture and identity. This is our class syllabus, and on it holds all 12 of the units that we discussed. It's a dodecahedron. 12 sides. So I'm just going to run through the courses real quick. The first one that we talked about, I'm just going to start right here, is Virtue Learner. And it's just talking about being a learner versus a student, and how a student will pass tests, get good grades, do what they need to do, but a learner will just take things one step further, and they'll apply those things to their lives and become a learner in life by asking questions and thinking outside the box. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is the Basques, and we learned a ton about the Basques this year, all about their immigration to America. We read a book, and it gave us a really intimate view about Basque Americans, that first generation. It's called Sweet Promised Land by Robert Laxalt. Great book, highly recommend it. But basically, by learning about the Basques, we were able to take other cultures that had immigrated to America and apply those same concepts to them. So next we're going to go to Case Study America, and this was a little bit of history, but mostly it was just about opening our mind to how people view America, both inside the country and out, and also talked about some of the things that we are privileged as Americans to have that other countries don't, and maybe things we take for granted or don't even realize are different. Okay, so after America, we're going to skip on over to teamwork. We did a ton of team projects in this class. We had to write scripts, film videos, we had to do PowerPoint presentations, and just learned a lot about teamwork, working together. We had to find outside of class time to make the projects happen, so there was a lot of communication going on there. All right, after teamwork, we have Case Study Me somewhere on here. There it is. And I think that this one just kind of went throughout the whole course. I think about learning about America, learning about your culture, learning about your identity. I think all of that flies into just learning about yourself and being able to explore some identities and learn about chosen and given identities and maybe pick some new ones. Okay, next we have University, and this one, we talked about Boise State, obviously. We met some people from the Career Center and the library who gave us great tips about how to use library resources and how to get involved with Boise State to make your resume go up to that next level by being involved. So that was really cool. Okay, we are going to skip around to critical inquiry, and we did this throughout the whole semester. We did weekly journal entries about different things through the course. We had to think about the last class, think about our lives, and then this video in general is just a great way of critical thinking, rethinking the semester, and reprocessing it. So this video itself is critical thinking. Okay, next we're going to go to innovation, and right here, we did a lot of this in our team projects, and I think that's where it mostly came out. We had individual papers and things we had to think about, but the innovation came from thinking of good ideas for the videos, filming it, getting our point across to our team members, and then showing it to the class. Let's see, next we're gonna do character. We did a video on this with the team, and it just talked about the different characteristics of a Boise State student that they look in. And character is just basically those unintangible things that you can't fake. You either have it or you don't. And what turns you from a reliable person to irresponsible. Next, we're going to go to career, and they made a good point in this class that your degree is just your license to get a job, and it's up to you to do the things to actually get your career that you want. And so working with the counselors and learning a lot through this course and doing the oral communication and all those things were all ways that we were to build our resume to be able to get our career when we graduate. Okay, and the last one is identity, and I saved identity for the end because that's the one that I kind of wanted to talk about the most. And obviously, I think this whole course is just finding that identity, learning about what identity is, what are chosen identities, what are given identities, and a lot about our choices now versus the choices that they didn't have 50 years ago. And so that was a big epiphany for me. But mostly I want to talk about an assignment. We had to interview a family member, and I chose to interview my sister. And my family was very religious growing up, and I didn't really connect with it the way that my siblings did, so I don't really practice it anymore. But most of my family is very active LDS members. And so I was talking to my sister about culture, and I'm like, well, we don't really have culture. And then she was telling me that some of my grandparents have written books about our genealogy, and all of my family members, one way or another, migrated to the West as pioneers from religious persecution. And so I've always thought, oh, I don't have culture because I'm just American. But my culture comes from, and my identity comes from a religious background. And I never really thought of it that way. So it was very cool for me to finally connect with the religion I don't practice anymore, but to still be proud of it and be proud of my family for allowing me to make the choice to not be in the religion if I don't want to. So that's my class. Thank you for watching, and I really highly recommend the course. It's a great course, and have fun. Thanks.